De Gea takes all the plaudits after a wonderful performance. Thierry Henry's ringing the changes at Monaco. Lionel Messi reaches an incredible milestone. There's transfer rumours from around Europe, and of course, we look back on your Friday feels. That and more coming up in the next few minutes, as I am your host, Matt Froelich. You are the One Footballers, and this is the Daily News. First up, and to a look back at the weekend's action, especially the Tottenham-Manchester United game. Now, as far as 1-0 go, it was actually quite an exciting game, although extremely disappointing for Spurs. However, credit where credit is due to David De Gea, who put in a fantastic performance in goal and managed to pull off 11 saves in the second half alone. This is more than any other keeper has managed in a single game this whole season, and it just showed how much having a fantastic goalkeeper is key to your side's performance. Spurs will obviously be disappointed they didn't come out with more from the game, but as mentioned before, you can't really complain too much. As for what else happened in the game, well, Spurs will be reeling even more in the fact that they've now got injuries to Moussa Sissoko and to star man Harry Kane. So, will Daniel Levy and the Spurs board dip into their pockets and bring in some much needed replacements in the January transfer window? It looks unlikely. This, because of the stadium worries and all the money they're expending elsewhere, means that they probably won't have much money to spend in the transfer market. Things could be detrimental for Spurs, and it may not be looking so good should these injuries actually keep the players out for longer than expected. Elsewhere for Manchester United, it means that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has become the first Man United manager to start his career with 6 wins out of 6. His record of 5 league wins out of 5, because there was a cup game in there as well, is now joint with Sir Matt Busby, the legendary Manchester United manager, so things are looking pretty good for Solskjaer to get the job full time. But Manchester United fans, let me know in the comment section below whether you'd have Solskjaer signed up already as the permanent manager, or whether you think you give him a few more months before deciding on such a big decision. Up next though, we're to a manager who's looking to turn things around by using his star status, and that's Thierry Henry at Monaco. Now, coming with such a big name, it's obvious that he'll be able to attract star players as well as Monaco's huge bank budget. Because of this, Thierry Henry's managed to bring in former teammate Cesc Fabregas from Chelsea in the hopes that he won't be ending his first managerial season with a relegation. Fabregas started at the weekend in his debut for his new side as Monaco managed to pick up an away point at Marseille, which despite their poor form this season is actually quite a tough thing to do. After the game though, it's been widely reported that they are very close to bringing Michy Batshuayi, also from Chelsea, but on a loan deal until the end of the season. Henry and Batshuayi worked together in the Belgian setup as Henry was assistant to Roberto Martinez during the World Cup, and he and the Monaco fans will be hoping to see some of the form that Batshuayi brought to Dortmund at the second half of last season, where he was finding the net on a regular basis. This all in the hope of dragging Monaco out of the relegation zone and into safety before the nail-biting end of the season comes around. At the moment, they are 4 points off safety, but do have a game in hand on the team above them. But moving away from the bottom of the league to the top of the league and in the Liga, which is currently where Barcelona sit by 5 points. And in their midst, they have a new record holder. Lionel Messi is the first ever player in La Liga history to score 400 goals. He did this yesterday as Barcelona cruised to a 3-0 victory over Eibar, with Luis Suarez grabbing the other 2 goals. This means that along with Atletico's 1-0 victory over Levante, Barcelona are still 5 points clear at the top of the table. But the top 4 in Spain sees a new team in 4th, and that is Real Madrid. Yesterday, they managed to beat Real Betis 2-1 with the help of a disallowed VAR goal and an 88th minute strike by midfielder Dani Ceballos. This means that Real Madrid's hope for trophy still is the Champions League. There's still no way they're going to catch Barcelona. They're currently 10 points behind, and with their sort of in and out form, I can't really see them beating the current holding champions. The Barcelona game also brought about another major talking point, and that is the future of Philippe Coutinho. He was named in the starting lineup for the first time since the beginning of December amid rumours that he's looking to leave the club. Now, he only signed last January and actually was pretty good after he'd signed for Barcelona. However, this season, due to his poor form and the rising star that is Ousmane Dembele, Coutinho's found himself more often than not on the bench and hasn't scored a goal since they smashed Real Madrid 5-1 in Lopetegui's last game for Real. According to reports in Spain, it's because Coutinho just isn't fitting into the way Barcelona play, which to me seems unbelievable considering how talented he is. He's not taking over Neymar's left wing sort of role that well, and when it comes to sitting deeper and filling in Iniesta's role, well, he's not doing that either. This means that Barcelona will probably look to offload him and bring in someone like Frenkie de Jong in the summer. But where will Philippe Coutinho go? Let me know in the comment section below. For those of you and those reports saying that he'll move to Manchester United, I just can't believe it. I cannot see it happening. There is no way a year after leaving United's biggest rivals he'll go and sign for them. Surely not. And talking of ridiculous signings, we come to a roundup of today's transfer news, where, if anything, the footballing world has gone absolutely crazy that I don't even believe any of these rumours. First off, Manchester City are reportedly not looking to buy Ruben Neves for 100 million. Of course, why is anyone buying a Wolves midfielder for 100 million? Alongside this, Everton are apparently been told to pay 75 million for Lyon midfielder Tanguy Ndombele. That again seems absolutely ridiculous, as well as the 75 million that Bournemouth apparently want for Callum Wilson. I just want to know where people are pulling these ridiculous numbers from. Alongside this, Inter Milan coach Luciano Spalletti has said that 23-year-old defender Milan Skriniar is out of pricing range for absolutely everybody. That's considering that PSG are willing to pay 222 million for Neymar. So if Skriniar is out of everybody's price range, he probably values him at closer to 250 or 300 million. Again, ridiculous. And lastly but not least, Nathan Ake. Chelsea sold him 2 years ago and now they want to buy him back. They sold him for 15 million and apparently they're going to have to pay 50 to bring him back to Stamford Bridge. Again, straight up ridiculous. Does anyone have any believable or realistic rumours? If you do, please let me know down below and we will be discussing them at the end of the week in our Friday transfer Q&A. And lastly but not least, we come to a look back on your Friday feels. That's where you guys left your predictions in the comment section below alongside mine, which I will start off by saying were completely wrong. I said that Real Betis were going to win and they didn't, and I also said that United and Spurs were going to draw 2-2, and of course it was 1-0 to Manchester United. Lovely finish by Marcus Rashford and a great assist from Paul Pogba, by the way. As for you guys, well, Steve Y got the Real Madrid score correct, Keith Gill guessed that Manchester United would be victorious over Spurs, and Mark Pereira said that Chelsea would beat Newcastle by a goal difference of 1, which they did 2-1. Well done to you guys and to everyone else who got a score correct. I'm sorry I couldn't read them all out, but there were so many of them. As for the Real Madrid-Betis game, actually a load of you put money on Betis to win, so there weren't that many to choose from. But that's all from me for now. Make sure you smash the like button down below. Subscribe if you are new around here to stay up to date with all of our daily news and everything else that we've got going on Onefootball, which you can watch by clicking here and also here. Don't forget to leave your comments down below and also leave your comments on what rumours you've heard for Friday's Q&A. That's all from me for now. I will see you guys later.